What's happening, folks? Welcome back to episode 26 of Coffee and Combat. I'm delighted to be joined in the Coliseum Gym with Robbie Maddy.
How are you, Paddy?
Robbie, fair play to you for coming on. So, you're 8-0 professional boxer. You had a brief stint in the amateurs and had the perfect life now as a professional.
Yeah.
8 KOs.
Yeah.
How's life now and how did you get into boxing at the start?
It's very good, yeah. Just happy to be active. So, starting off, we got into boxing about 6 weeks before the COVID pandemic.
Right.
So, I just started in DCU, did about 5-6 weeks training, and then had 2 fights, one last one. And then was off, didn't box then until January 2022.
Right.
Started in the novices, won the novices, then went into the seniors, won the seniors, and then we went to the Celtic Box Cup, got a runner up in that. I just saw the shows here and there, do you know what I mean? Trying to stay active, that sort of thing. But then, look, as you know, with the amateur scene, it's very derelict, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're fighting fucking non-stop for a week or two, and then there's no fights for 4 months, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it wasn't mad on the activity levels, you know what I mean? So, it's actually started coming over here a little bit, training with the pros.
Yeah.
Just sort of my style, like, with my hard hitter, like, you know what I mean? As you know, with the KOs and that.
Yeah.
And I wasn't into the tip-tap suite, you know what I'm saying? So, we decided that we'd
jump
pro, yeah. So 2023 I stayed amateur because I was hemming and hawing, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, do I have enough experience?
Yeah.
Do I need more? So then anyway, 2023 came around, I'd won the novices, won the seniors the year before, then I went to the Haringey, came runner up in that as well, do you know what I mean? With Rob Bryant.
Oh yeah.
Rob Bryant, mate, you know what I mean? Fighting a fella out of Repton I was, lost a 3-2 split decision, a lot of bollocks, you know what I mean?
Not that way at all, yeah.
Not at all, mate, you know what I mean? Beat him handy. And then I didn't know what to do with myself. About 3 months later then I got a call for the European Box Cup over in Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Where a fella that was training with pulled out, and he was 91 plus, so obviously we fought at 80.
Yeah.
And he just said, yeah, look, you know what I mean, you can jump in. My mate had got injured, with shoulder injury or something like that, and I just jumped in, won that, and then went to turn pro and had a massive car crash. We wrote off, off for a year and a half. Fractured my back, my hip, detached my retina in my eye, did all the ligaments in my knee. And then it was just a very, very rough time, you know what I mean? Trying to get back rehab-wise, all that sort of thing, you know what I mean? It was rough, so, just that was sort of the
So when you're going through that, did you say, well, I'm going to get back to me to 100% and I'm going to continue on? Like when you was that in your head when it happened to you, you're saying, fuck this, that's that.
It was fucking a mixture of everything, I'll tell you why, because I went, after I won the Europeans, I went to Thailand to visit a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And I came back, I was home 2 days, and me and the next partner of mine were out driving. And we got in a severe car crash, you know what I mean? And she was playing destroyed in it, we was destroyed in it. Fucking a few things happened. Obviously a lot of chaos at the time, obviously we wrote off now, we can't box off the back of the biggest momentum in my whole amateur career.
Yeah.
And then fucking 5 weeks later, my brother died suddenly out of nowhere, you know, he was very sick, and he died out of nowhere. So I think just the whole trauma of that, plus the injury of the crash and everything else, I think it just destroyed me mentally. And then every time I was trying to build that little bit back up, I just come back, I'd get to like 40-50% capacity, and once I went to 60, boom, back to 10 again. And just that repeated itself, I'd say, for 8-9 months, and literally just trying to get back, coming back, trying to do a little bit of pads, this, that, the other, the back pulling out. Was only, I think, about the start of 2025 there, I met a great physio, 365 physiotherapy in Swords, a man named Turapul Raji, who actually fixed me.
Right.
I don't know how we did it, because I was in 4 or 5 other physios, and they were helping me maintain. I wasn't getting any worse, but I wasn't getting any better.
Right, so you just kept on going back, same shit all the time.
Yeah, going back, same shit all the time to get me like, and he just fucking started to fix me. And
that's what people say actually, like, you know, you're going to a physio for fucking too many years, like, you know, it's obviously not working, like, you know what I mean?
No, that's
people think because they're going to get a bit of relief for a few days.
Yeah.
And then they keep going back, but like, it's not actually solving the problem, like, you know what I mean?
No, it's not at all. It's like maintenance. You know what I mean? Listen, there's a difference between, I'm not knocking any fucking physios in terms of like sports massage people. It does matter. Yeah. But they're for maintenance through your camp, through your training, all that sort of stuff. They're not gonna fix you as such. You get me? Like, you've got a sore run boy because you're punching bags and you're hitting things, your shoulders are tight, they can loosen them. But they're not gonna fix the root problem. At the end of the day, my whole hip alignment was off, so my left hip was here in front of that, and my right hip was back. So we were sort of like this all the time, and every time I was running, it pulled me back out or whatever. And he fixed the alignment, fixed the muscle issue, and then I suffered with that sciatica, which we still suffer with to this day. Where you know, 20 minutes I have to warm up constantly before I do anything, I have to cool down. Everything, there's a lot more emphasis on that. Like before you do anything, you have to do that.
Proper warm-ups.
For my body to be normal. Now, look, I've always warmed up and all, but not to the extent
you have to now.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Take it for granted sometimes when you don't have that injury that, you know what I mean? Like, what I mean? Like, if they only set me out, back to me fuck as well.
You'd be bollocks.
You're looking at man trying to get going, but then once you get going, then, you know what I mean? But if you don't do it, you'll notice what it is then.
Yeah, and then like you said then, see, through the whole thing, so even worse off, really, so that was the end of 2023, the crash happened. Then about 10 months went by, and then I had to get the eye surgery on my eye.
Yeah.
So obviously that puts you completely out of commission again. So I was only shot at nearly back to where I needed to be, and then the eye thing happened, and it was back to ground zero again.
Yeah.
And the eye thing was even worse because I couldn't you can't walk, you can't look at light, your eyes covered up. Yeah, sure as fuck can't box.
Helpless going on early.
Yeah, so I hadn't boxed over a year and a half. So it was destroyed mentally. But yeah, in my head I always knew I was going to come back. I just knew the route I was going.
Yeah.
I was going to get in contact with very good contact from my coach Stephen Moylan, who has very good contacts all around Europe for boxing. So he said, look, I'm behind now. I'm 27 now. I went pro at 26. Yeah. So obviously I'm 6 years late to the party as such, you know what I mean? Compared to some people, you know what I mean? Look at Tom, we're going for fucking heavyweight championship at 21, you know what I mean? So I had a lot of ground to make up on. I wouldn't be able to do it here in Ireland, so I went around Europe and just fought as much as I could, you know what I mean?
Took all the opportunities you got,
Took all the opportunities I could, started trying to just level up. Every opponent I fight is a level up off the next one, you know what I mean? I'm not looking for no easy fights, I just want activity. So I've been in the training camp now for fucking, say about 16 months.
Right,
we haven't came out of training camp
just
basically. Constantly, you know what I mean? Won't stop, you know what I mean? Still, like I say, still have to get physio twice a week.
Yeah.
To just maintain myself to be able to
keep going.
Push them levels and all that sort of thing. So yeah, just loving the activity. That's what it's all about.
Since then, obviously, I got BBU World Champion, WBU European Champion.
Yeah.
Now, soon you're fighting for
the WBU World Title.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so that activity is at the standard here and all that hard work that they on 16 months in camp. That's all those fights that came in that last 16 months.
Yeah. All since the 16th of March 2025. Yeah. So I haven't stopped. Yeah, just taking them all as they come. You know what I mean? Like, look, at the end of the day, when there's a purpose there and you're fighting,
you want to do it.
You want to do what you're coming for. You know you're fighting, so there's always a purpose there. It's very hard. Anyone who's a pro boxer knows that, like, if you're fighting and then you don't fight for 3 months, you're in the gym, if you're disciplined, 80% of them aren't disciplined. Yeah. Let's be honest, you know what I mean? Like, we know from saying it yourself.
People blow up outside.
They don't give a fuck. They rock into the gym 6 weeks out and demand, they want this, they want that, do you know what I mean? They're not fighting, you know what I mean, high level rounds or anything like that, sparring high level rounds, and then they're like 12 fights in, they're still fighting 6 rounders. You know what I mean? Like, this might be third 10 rounder.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't went 10 rounds, but it's me third scheduled 10 rounder. There this morning, obviously we're fucking sweating here, because we just done 12 there this morning, you know what I mean, only an hour ago. So
and what you do now when you're sparring now, because you're at that level now of 10 rounders, you just constantly do 12 rounders sparring all the time.
Now we do different, so we're still learning on the job. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, I'm not going to sit here and say I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I've had great coaches throughout the years, like Pete Taylor, who introduced me here, and Pete was very, very good to me at the time. That was very, very hard on me. Like I said, when I lost my brother and things like that, he was very good to me and fucking, showed me that I was able, like, I remember coming back and for the first time ever, and I wouldn't be afraid to say it, so I pulled him and he says, come here, he says, my confidence is shot, mate. He said, we fucking cracked hips and broken backs and fucking, my eye detached and fucking, I don't know if I'm going to be able to hang with these boys at this rate and all that. He says, get in there, you man, cunt. He said, of course you will. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was right. You know, he's saying I will, right. I get in there and obviously I don't want to name too many names or whatever, but we went in spot 2 world level lads and, you know, I did very well with them, took one of them apart and had a very even spar with the other lads, you know what I mean? Full spar back after a year and a half, do you know what I mean?
So that just sent the confidence through the roof.
That just sent me confidence through the roof, and I knew it.
From the little back in there, he gave you, like, you know what I mean? Sometimes that's all it is, just a little push, like. I mean, you'll probably feel like that, and then as soon as you got them words from himself, you went in and showed yourself.
You feel better. Exactly, that's it. And boxing is a huge part of that. That's for everybody, an amateur and professional. Is get a good coach, get a coach that, like, invests into you, not trying to get into super fucking situations, having rounds with people who are levels and levels and levels above you, doing things out of the ordinary, you know what I mean, overtraining you. You want a coach that's able to say, right, pull it back now. Your confidence is there. Get in there now. Do you know what I'm saying? You need that, but you need a coach that'll pull you back and pull you. You know what I mean?
Goes the opposite way. You don't want someone that's giving you a load of boys to whip, and then when you come up to a fucking bigger level, you get broke up.
You get broke up 100%, which is a huge thing, which is what mostly happens. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? 100%. Boys are looking for soft touches the whole way. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, boxing's a short sport, and I don't know. Do many people think like that? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? But it's a very short time you have at this game. Do you get me? Like,
and like that's what, for the people who don't know you and they don't know your story like that, they're just telling us there. Even the people that do know you, like, you know, you haven't boxed in Ireland, but there's a little thing to go with that, like, you are denied a license to box in Ireland, is that right?
Yeah, well, so basically, basically it was a very close friend of mine had put my license forward to get saying basically where I was going to get an WBU license or whatever, and I was basically denied at the time because of the accident at the car crash. Basically, I was like uninsurable. Basically, is what I was shot at the towel back. Now we don't know if the message got to the right person or whatever, but I know that was the message we got back was, look, you have too many injuries, and that was before I even had the retina detachment. Let me show you. This is off a cracked. I had a cracked hip. Muscle tissue disposed all over my hip. Took them fucking weeks and weeks to actually get a clear X-ray on it because it was like I've been hit so hard in the crash that the actual muscle tissue around my hip was like a paintball. Like a paintball hit it, you know what I mean? So it was like boom, and it was all disposed all over my hip. So you couldn't find out what was actually going on. So in the meantime with this now, like I'm trying to walk around and the walking's making me worse and I'm feeling worse, but I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't know fully what was happening. I had a fracture in L4 and L5 in my back. And then doing all the ligaments and tendons in my knee, so I was just the strength of my knee was fucked, my balance was off, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that, like I said, that was before the retina detachment. I was told that. So then once the retina detachment happened,
you were saying
I was like, right, fuck it, I'm not even bothered to even trying again for the WBU license, or just trot on. So we ended up getting a license in a different place than in Europe. You know what I'm saying? Like, which doesn't make me non-eligible to fight here.
Yeah, of course.
It just means that it has to be approved or whatever. It's the same as like just someone who's from a different country has a different license. I just went that route, and it also frees me to fight on any show I want. I don't need the go ahead of such a person or nothing. I just get to fight if an offer comes and they say, you know, Robbie, here, there's a fight there in 2 weeks, try and take it. There's a fight offer there in a month. So we first few
there's no middlemen in the way of it. It's just like your decision completely and solely.
With the first 4 fights we had were in fucking 11 weeks or something like that, 12 weeks, you get me? Like, so
obviously then, going on that as well though, you would obviously love to come back and have a fight now in Ireland. Like,
yeah, that'd be the goal. Yeah, at the end of the year, we'd like to come back here and have a fight.
You say you have a big following, like, you know what I mean?
A massive following.
Everybody wants to come out and watch it.
Yeah, so look, fucking fighting in Estonia, Germany, all over Germany, fucking Turkey. I've been to, what's that place? Budapest, whatever that's called, whatever that country's called, I was there fucking, just all over and get hungry. And we'd have fucking, it's bad, it's 12 rounds of sparring and this, But now, so look, and here, listen, we'd have boys come with me all the time. Like, now, one of the fights there in Germany, there was 35 lads over that, you know what I mean? So, like, and like, they're like, not that big enough shows, a couple of thousand at them or whatever, do you get me? But like, that's boys travelling, paying their own money to go over there to see, and then having to pay a ticket in to fucking see the show and everything else. And now if that was in the National Stadium or now, like, we'd have 3,000 people there. You'd have the whole of day one there, have the whole of Swords there, do you know what I mean? Everyone would go, do you know what I mean? So that's where I'm trying to get back to, you know what I mean? Because I know once we get a show here in the sea, right, look what he's after bringing, look at the level of opponent he's fighting, he's got belts here and there, this will be my 3rd belt now, God willing I win, which I will. You know what I mean? You've got
different set of eyeballs on you, more exposure, and then after that, then you'll be able to deny it. Like,
exactly. Look at what Pierce O'Leary's done for the fucking for Irish boxing, bringing it back to the training. Look at the fucking buzz in the place now. You know what I mean? Like it's sick. You know what I mean? And like they're around the match then before that as well. You know what I mean? Someone that's from an area around the corner from me. You know what I mean? And somewhere.
So you love to have your parks and nights like that going forward, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. Look at it. You know, showing buzz that was. You know what I mean? Even in at the last one, just him showing the heart he has and all that. And everyone knew he's a great boxer, but then you see. Look at the heart he had after the second round. He dug deep in the shot, and just isn't that why I went 2 more rounds, you know what I mean? It's like that cost him in the end, but he would have won that fight, you know what I mean? He's all over him, and I think he has him in the rubber match, no problem at all. I think he beat him all day, you know
I think a different game plan, 100%.
He'll beat him handy. Look what he did, and he's always stuck to his roots. He was fighting over in England a lot, and it's very hard to get you know, the likes of Frank Warren to say, oh, hey, look at the vest in Ireland now, and you know, is it worth it? What's going on? There hasn't been out there in years. Like, is it worth it? Is it not? You know what I mean? Obviously, we've got Katie, obviously, who's a fucking anomaly, do you know what I mean? Which is unbelievable, and she's came back and proved it as well. But Pierce is another fella who hasn't got like the amateur background Katie has, you know what I mean? And the pro career as far as Katie has now, do you know what I mean? Look what he's bringing, do you know what I mean? So
still able to fill up the 3 round twice. Like,
exactly.
Well, I know the first one was Dickens and Catchy, but you were there, I was there. No disrespect to the 2 boys, but the noise when he came out.
We was there for Pierce.
It was the Pierce that early show.
It was the Pierce, so that's what I did for. You're from Dublin, like that's what I did to see now. Jazz is a giant here now.
Jazz is a legend. That was Andrew Catchy.
Two very good fighters.
That probably could have been in Belfast or Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? For their world title fight.
Yeah, of course.
It was definitely the Pierce show. Anybody that was there,
it was, of course. If you're from Dublin, you're there to see Pierce.
Yeah,
exactly. It was a great show, and like you said, we know we've got them nights in me as well. We know like there's boys chomping at the bit. Look at the sponsors I have. My sponsors cover all them costs. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of people that totally invest in me financially. Time-wise, fucking, you know what I mean? I'm everywhere. I'm all sparring all over the country. We've sparred boys from everywhere. Do you know what I mean? So, like, everyone knows me in each part of the country. Because I'm not just stuck in one place trying to get the same lads into sparring. I'm everywhere. I'm down in Waterford, I'm down in Cork, I'm over in Limerick. I'm all over.
Yeah,
I'm all over, do you know what I
So
mean?
getting yourself out there even at home as well.
That's it, and you're just connecting, you're networking with people, and other people start to see it, and the exposure gets going, do you know what I mean? So I'm not a big fucking social media head, which
I was going to say, you have like nearly 10,000 followers on about 10 posts or something on your Instagram.
I just don't give a bollocks. It's just me personality, it's just fucking, I'm not
There's
really.
loads of fighters like that that's not into it, like, you know what I mean? Like,
You know what I mean? It's not that, like, listen, we do an interview all day, I talk to you, we spar in front of 50 people, we fight in front of 50,000, it doesn't bother me at all, it's just posting myself out there, like, just for me to be fine or something. That's just the way we am, do you know what I mean?
Certain people, it's not into it at all.
And you know what as well, and I'm just going to say it as well, there's a lot of mutton heads out there just doing stupid things, like stupid sparring, stupid fucking pad walk and all that, and then you like...
Doesn't translate into the ring.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And then like, you're putting that, then if you're putting something out, like, are you putting yourself in the same bracket as them, and you're just like...
Trying to compete with each other then and stuff like that.
Just not bad and all that, you know what I mean? Like, and just, I think there's a lot of like that tip-tap shit. We don't train like that.
Yeah.
That's the truth of it, like any sparring videos we put up, it's all raw footage, like we put Yoke up yesterday, down pads on the beach. Like, it's raw footage, I'm not trying to fucking, like, do a lot of stupid combinations. I do pads the way I fight, shadow box the way I want to fight, I hit the bag the way I want to fight, the way I want to spar, all that sort of stuff, all like tip and tap and boom, heavy shots, because that's what pro boxing is, you know what I mean? And like, we now stand off amateur fight, like, we played 5 for 10 on a good day, you know what I mean? Like the boys, like this next fellow I'm fighting now 6'4".
Right,
You get me, like, so it's like, my thing is hard shots, getting in and out, you know what I mean? Like loads of bobbing and waving, fucking breaking the distance down, throwing shots when I'm in there, all that sort of thing. I'm not on the outside tipping and tapping and making it look good. It's raw work.
Exactly. And so it's not translating into the bleeding AKOs.
Well that's it, you know what I mean?
How you train, that's how it goes then.
That's how it goes, 100%, 100%.
And like, obviously, you mentioned there on the crash, you touched on losing a brother there, like, you only had a child there recently, and then you lost another one of your mates there only recently, so you had to go through the fucking ringer all together, like, you know what I mean, like, and still keep going, like, how do you, like, the strength of it, obviously, you have it there mentally, like, I mean, to keep kicking over and keep getting them up to the gym, like, what's that been like there over the last while? Like?
It's hard to put into words, Dave, to be honest with you, like, I mean, to be honest with you, mate, we straight up about it, I said it on my social media, I'm not trying to, there's no hard man bravado, we can fight, you know what I mean, there's no question about it, and I am mentally strong, but it's broken me in terms of I'm heartbroken. That's how we describe it, you know what I mean? Look, fucking just heartbroken, mate. It was very hard, you know what I mean? I had it, like, I just won the European title there in April. 6 weeks later I had a baby, thank God, my baby Robbie, and 4 days later I got a call from a long-time friend of mine, which was Paddy's girlfriend, Danica, saying that, you know, me and my best mate was in hospital and he took a turn. He's been battling brain cancer for about 7 or 8 years, and the Germans sort of went derelict for about 2-3 years. There was no issues, they weren't getting worse, and he was back working, and he was fucking, this man is like nothing you'll ever believe, and I'm not just saying it because he's my friend, but I will tell you, like, this is a character, like, you'll never see. You'll see one of Paddy in a lifetime, you know what I mean? Like, never ever, in all his days, the struggle, the pain, the chemo radiotherapy, he kept going the whole time. I never ever heard him moan once. I never ever heard him say, mate, I'm fucked, I'm bollocks, I'm tired. Mate, this is getting to me, this is nothing. He just say, I'd say to him, like, I'd be worried and I'd be upset, but I'd be trying to stay strong for him, and then you didn't know whether to ask questions or not to ask questions, and then, you know, you're always there. And all he said to me last time after the European title there, he was in the middle of radio chemo, so he couldn't come over. These fights are always on a Sunday. You know what I heard, he'd be on a Friday. In Germany they're on a Sunday. I think it's because you can't sell Gagler over there on a Sunday or something. And they don't do Gagler shows over there as around.
Because you get a mad crowd in or whatever.
So look at the last fight, the first fight, the last show there in Dusseldorf, there was fucking brawls again. Mental brawls. So it's fucking, you know, it's all sorts of people there. But like you said, I spent a month. I spent the month coming up to this camp, 5 weeks coming up to this camp, just in hospital with him every day. By his side, you know what I mean? Because I wouldn't have it any other way, do you know what I mean? And it was hard to watch him. Someone that's just, he's a bit older than me, like 6, he's 33, only 27, but he was very good to me when we was younger. And obviously another thing, we've no parents and like that, no parents since the age of 14. So we fucking, so he was a good, had boys like that were very good to me and showed me the ropes and, like, you know what I mean, while I was just looking out for me, took me under his wing, you know what I mean, so I was always there, and then that's why I was there for him and his darkest hour. I was there every day to make sure he knew that I was there, and he was still conscious, you know what I mean, the whole time basically. He was just sort of declining bit by bit, and then he got married to Danica, love his life there, just the week before he died, you know, and then I was there when he passed. I was actually physically there when he left this earth. So it was rough, mate, you know what I mean? And it's been rough. It's fucking, it does get me down. And like I said in the post the other day, like I feel 20 stone. You know, when I come out of bed, I get out of bed in the morning, my quads are heavy, my back's heavy, my shoulders are heavy, shit that I never had before. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's like I said to my coach, coach Jimmy Gillen is his name. Just another just freak of nice. You know what I mean? Just knows life like no one else knows. Anyone that's been into something like the lads at Earthkind and all that. Keith and fucking and Shane will tell you like that. He's just a special human being, and he knows he's very good at psychology. He's almost like a Customato type figure.
Right.
He is a Customato type of figure. This is like someone you'd never believe.
He says to him,
and he says to him, mate, I'm waking up. He says, I swear to God, I'm getting out of bed and walking three steps to the toilet, and my quads are heavy, my shoulders are heavy. You know, before I get in the spar, I'm rolling my shoulders, and I feel like I'm rolling fucking 20 kilo dumbbells as well. Do you know what I mean? And I'm fucking like, what's going on? And that's what he says. He just says the trauma of it's stuck in you physically. You know what I mean? So I'd already signed this fight, and I know my heart and soul that he would have wanted me to take it, you know what I mean? And like, I just have to power through, you know what I mean? And just use it. Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's rough, mate, you know what I mean? I have that ability because I lost my brother at a time of fucking hardship and all that, so I have that ability to just hone in and focus very, very much.
Compartmentalise your feelings and just focus on the job that you have to do.
For the period of training, and for the period of training, but we'll go home now, we could be fucking, we'd be
up the wall,
we'll talk to the board for fucking 10 hours, you know what I mean, going to bed and fucking just fucking find myself very, very much isolated this camp, you know what I mean? I'm only just with my coaches, I come in, spar, I go home, eat, train, walk the dog, come back, you know, with the child, and then I'm back out, and like I said, it's just, you're juggling so much, there's the great blessing of a newborn child.
That's what I was going to say, you have that sort of thing. Not balance out the feelings, but
it's a purpose, Dave. It's a purpose, because I'll be honest, like, you know,
if you didn't have her, you know what I mean, like, you'd be
I'd be fucked.
You know what I mean?
Fucked, because you know, when I lost my brother, I felt like I sort of lost my purpose in life, you know what I mean? Like, I was my best friend, and you know, someone that we was just best friends with me. I spent every minute of my life with him. Like, it was just, we were yin and yang. Everyone knew if Robbie was there, then I was there, then I was there, Robbie was there. That's just the way we was, you know what I mean? We never ever had an argument, and I swear down, I'm not, God thank now, Louis, we never argued with him, never had a fight with him, never had nothing like that, you know what I mean? I was just fucking, and it brought me purpose a lot, and then, like, you know, physically, it's different, David, when you're going through something, you're able to train. When I lost my brother, I couldn't train. I was sitting in the couch every day like that, looking at the telly with the telly off. The boys that live with me and I'd be like, what the fuck are you up to? Like, I don't know. Just turn the fucking telly on. Like, I can't focus on that. I can't even look at it. I don't want it to remind me of fucking this, that. It was a very, very dark time. And look, just, you know, through a good few people, like, who was named, like Jimmy Gillen. Jimmy Gillen's my main boxing coach, Steve Moylan, James Hussey, my strength and conditioning coach. Lads, Paddy, you know what I mean, that were there for me during them times, you know what I mean?
I do think, right, that there's a correlation with the fact that, like, you have AKOs there, like, that there's like an anger and a fucking, like, you let it out, like a frustration from all, like, the hardship that you had to go through, like, obviously losing your parents, your brother, your very good mate, the crash, just all them setbacks. I reckon that when you get in there, you have all this fucking pent up anger that just comes out in the ring.
Yeah, I just have this, I have that thing, just anyone who knows me or sees me spar or see me fight, like, I remember Pete when he first seen me sparring there. A world level lad, like I said, I'm not one of them that name names or anything like that, but a world level lad came in here one day, and I said, Pete, you want to jump in there? He's saying, mate, it's you, whatever. And he says, yeah, you know what? Before I get in, that's when he says, come on, he says, we're only back out this class, mate, it's 3 seconds spar or something, you know what I mean? But he says, look, we'll rock, it's no problem. Don't mind it, you know what I mean? He says, yeah, no bother, and I went in and destroyed him. And it's, you know, it's the person he was with to help Pete get him out there after 3 rounds, you know what I mean? And I had that thing, and he just said, he was like, you have that if factor, you know what I mean? We have that thing where they just
switch.
You know, we have that switch, you get me? Like, I just once we turn like that, that's it. It's like a psychopath. And that's like what Tyson said, like, once you get in, like, the closer to the ring, the more confidence you get. And once you get in the ring, it's just like that's it, like this. Because like, when I'm getting in there, like, I know, like, before, like, I'll give you the download, like, say, like, 15-20 minutes before, like, before that, like, I'm really relaxed. It doesn't really bother me. Like, I don't really get, like, marked down by the moment. I wouldn't be very anxious on that for fights. Now, obviously, everyone has nerves. But when you've done X amount of fights and spars and you're everywhere sparring, like, I mean, you're sparring in a different club, fucking down in Waterford, and it is a fight. Because you don't know the contact out to spar. He's trying to show his lads who you are. You're the pro coming down, so boys love that shit. So it's a hard fight, but when you're going in there and you're having an actual fight, you're able to say, right, you know what I mean, like, I'm switching on here, and then you just...
When it's competitive, it's different, because
it's just different. You know what I mean? And then
we
just think back to fight, the 15 minutes before the fight, all I'm thinking is just like, that's what we just be thinking, my brother, like, you know what I mean? I have the chain on all the time as well, and I just think to myself, like, how could I let anyone beat me? You know what I mean? Like, my brother's there, and my brother would always say to everyone, and I know it sounds like fuck all, but I remember, like, when I won my first ever amateur fight, and he was just like, you know, everyone's like, bro, look, he was huge, you know, man, fucking, how'd you do that? And this time, and then when I won the Europeans, we won the Europeans at 91 plus. I was 84 kg getting in there, like, he cut down to 91. Sound couldn't actually remember his name, he's from Rotterdam, but he was a sound fella, very good fighter as well.
Yeah.
I remember like, everyone being like, bro, how the fuck, you know? And he started doing that. I remember then I was just being like, how did he do it? He's like, Robbie wouldn't let anyone beat him.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? He just wouldn't let it happen.
Yeah,
Do you get me?
yeah.
Look, and just ever since that, it's just always stuck in my head. So I want to get out there. I'm going into them spars with lads. Well, let's be honest, these lads that we sparred and they all have 15 years, 10, 15 years experience on me. Do you get me? You know what I mean? So we just get in there and I'm just thinking to myself, fucking, there's no way I'm letting Dano down. Do you get me? Because he actually boxed first. He used to box out with swords, and we wanted to do it. But I just don't know. When I was younger, I just preferred being out in the road. We played on and off for Dublin for Ghana when I was a kid and all that. But now parents there to say, get in there and do that, kid, or stay with that, or do this. We just fucking make the Dublin team, do well for a few, and then the bonfire will be coming around, we go collecting pallets.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's it then, the thing's gone, like, you get me, look, the season's over, we fucking, all the 13 down, like, we used to get really fat when I was a kid, now, do you get me, look, and it was a mad, but you have no guidance. Do you get me? You have no guidance on nothing, but it was always him, like, bro, just telling them. And then, it took me till I was about 22 to actually do it. Fucking mad, you know what I mean? So I was always playing the guards, you know, and I was in the gym lifting weights, exactly. And then you said,
you know what I mean? I love that stories like of people, because obviously like it's great looking at the likes of like Katie, as you said, you know what I mean, like that just in it from the time they're young, go all the way through the amateur rankings and then do daily as a pro. But I like the stories like say it was like, you know, like Liam Cameron or something like that. Boxed for a while, went away for ages, come back, you know, or late starters as well, you know what I mean? Like they're the stories that I like, and I think a lot of people sort of fucking resonates with more people, you know what I mean? Because it's more like they can relate to that, because they can say, well, I might do it, or I wanted to do it, or something like that. Well, or they'd say, look, there's the fella, he done it, like he came in late to the game, like, and he's after having a good career out of it, you know what I mean? So like, that's what I think, that they're the good stories in boxing. They are. Don't get me wrong, it's great looking at someone that's going from a 6-year-old in a fucking gym, like the McKennas or something, you know what I mean? It's great looking at that, but the other, like yourself, that's inspiring as well.
There's a lot of work, and it shows you as well that you're never fucking,
you're never out of
the fight, you're never out of the fucking thing, and that's a big thing, look, and like, again, look, we fucking, like, we be honest, look, and it's, look, I don't mind talking about the crash, and like that whole time period in my life, because like in an interview like this, we've been talking about doing this interview for fucking ages, the time and the things or whatever, but we like to talk about fascinating things, because we know boys that are struggling with blade drug abuse and fucking gargling, and it's all because they have situations like they lost their man fucking 10 years ago and they just can't get out of the hole, they lost their dad, they lost their brother, their sister, X, Y and Z. It's very hard, but like saying me, we like to talk about it only for the fact that I want people to say, well, you know what, like, how the fuck did that come to it?
Exactly,
And then
the bleeding list of stuff that he had to go through.
And then it's hard, and then you look at that, it's present. I just lost me. That Paddy was my best friend. Do you get me? Like, and like you said, and I watched him. It's rough, and I got down when getting into the detail, but only for like to explain the full length of it. It's just that we watched him deteriorate every single day for a month until he passed away. You know what I mean? Look, and like, this is a 33-year-old, an animal of a man. You know what I mean? 6'2". But you know what I mean, was fresh as ant, you know what I mean, fucking working on suites for ages, now bother telling my thoughts, get me like a strong cunt, no issues, you get me?
Positive bleeding mindset, life and all that,
never ever, Dave, I'm telling you now, never ever did I ever hear him say, this is getting to me, mate, or this, he'd be out of chemo radiotherapy, he'd be flout down the gaff, he'd be this, that, the other, have a smoke or whatever, cracking a joke, having a buzz, you know, just loved it. And just, as soon as Paddy came into the room, that was it, boom, everyone's up to the ceiling, everyone's fucking on a buzz laughing, you know what I mean? Look, and just, them times, you know, you remember that shit, you get me? Look, and that's why, like, you know, we don't know who listened to me or whatever, they might or may not take it, but there's always that other couple of cunts out there that, you know, there might be a 15-year-old here that's like, jeez, we lost my parents, that.
Latch onto this.
We look at him now and look, he started 7 years later. We could start right now, what could I do?
Brilliant.
Do you get me? Like, that's what I like to do. I like to just try to be positive. Like, I've always lived a very negative life. My parents were very abusive and just, they were fucking nuts. And just a lot of trauma and just mad shit went on over the years, you get me? And just crazy stuff you couldn't even begin to play and tell you, you know what I mean? And just, you know what I mean? Like, there was never any positivity in my life. Everything was always negative. When I looked at a situation, I looked at the negative. Like, when I started, before they start boxing, we were a box. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, we know we can fight. That's what we'd be telling Dan. We'd be like, we know we can fight. He's like, oh, yeah, but you're fighting outside. Like, for what? Like, yeah, because it's this, what, the other. But, like, you know what I mean? He's like, yeah, but you can do that all the time.
Channel it into a fucking career.
Exactly. And he's like, your loose spots are fit. You know what I mean? Would you do it? And then, like, you know what I mean? Once I went in it, went to DCU, met a gentleman, man, called Derek Ahern.
No, Derek, legend, isn't he?
Legend, man. Like, gosh,
always swimming around the national stadium and all the amateur events.
And another thing, David, again, another coach who, like, you know, Derek is from town as well, and he knew, like, he was like, look, You know what I mean? Like he knew we saw
potential
character
there.
straight away,
Yeah,
and he knew the potential. Yeah, and he was very, very good to me. You know what I mean? He'd be very like, good with the direction of like what you should do. And he was the one who was saying about after the year that amateur, he was like, mate, just 3 rounds isn't enough for you to do what you need to do. He's like, and you can see that. He was, but the end of 3rd round, people are blowing out of him. Like they're only doing for the thing to stop. And you're only seeing getting going. Like this man, I did 12 rounds, did 4 rounds with one fella. He's 89 kg. And did 4 rounds with him, and then went in did 8 rounds with Stevie Collins Jones a pro. And you know what I mean? If this 12 rounds, it's hard work, and they're about heavier than me. You get me? But you're getting in there and you're fucking, you know what I mean? You're walking it. You're just, you know what I mean? Like you're conditioned for it. You know what I mean? Like, and you're pushing yourself to be fucking.
I'd say some people just suit the amateur style, and some people just pro style for them.
And then so when I finished the 4th round and Stevie started the 5th round for 8 more, I felt right. Now
you are good to go now.
We was fresh now. But if we start. Like the first 1 to 4 rounds, like it's not that I'm slow. So what it is that I'm downloading. We like to see what the cunt's going to do for us. I mean, now listen, I've had 1st round knockouts because if we see the opportunity, I'm done for. Like if we crack it, we have, like I said, the coach will tell you, Pete will tell you, anyone who's sparring will tell you, have that conclusive power. If we catch someone clean, that's it. They're going out. Wobbling, they're going out. I mean, wobbling lads, dropping lads with wearing 16-ounce gloves and Hagler, dropping lads sparring every week. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? It's there. Them sort of things you can't teach, mate.
Of course they are. People have that. They always say that fighters just have that. They can touch people and they just go down. So everything else that you accumulate in training, it's just adding to that. Like, you know what I mean?
I just being patient. And pro is very different to the amateurs in terms of like you're chef at 12 rounds. You know what I mean? Like he's both have experience leading up to it. So
you're waiting for your opportunity.
You're saying like, what's he gonna do there? What's he gonna? When the amateurs start off, flick jab, and then you'll see what's what and try land the backhand. It's all like sort of.
It's a race against time to outscore them.
Yeah, exactly. It's like playing defence. It's 2 different spots, and you see it as well. Like we sparred a few amateur lads, and like once they get a bang, you know what I mean? Whether it just be to the body or it's just a hook or whatever. You can see the fucking, it's just a panic sets in. They're like, what the fuck was that? Do you know what I mean? And like, you know, we've been boxing for X amount of time, but in the pros, you only need that one thump, you know what I mean? And then when you put it down to 10-ounce gloves, you're getting in the fight, you know what I mean?
There's no head guard.
No, you know what I mean? You feel freer. We hate the bleeding head guard.
It's just a bigger target. We hate the head guard as well. It's just like a bigger target for someone else to hit.
But it's a necessary thing just for cuts.
Cuts and
all
that,
the amount of cuts you see getting cuts fucking in sparring and all that, you know what I mean? Just from not wearing head guards, because you know, people coming up and just catching you on the head or elbowing or just something, or even just the sheer gloves, you know what I mean? If your face is open, you're getting caught in the cheekbone, you've no Vaseline on, you get cut.
Right, so Robbie, who would you say is your boxing idol?
It'd be a mixture between two. It'd be Mike Tyson and Marvin Hagler.
Deadly.
Mike Tyson for their sheer just ferocity, you know what I mean? Which is like that boning thing he has inside him, like that just wanted to hug people.
Monster,
like, you know what I mean? Just an animal, like, and just being smaller for the weight. He's the exact same height as me. And like obviously he's heavier, like he's a heavyweight, but like when you saw him sort of stature at Louis heavyweight, you know what I mean? I step left to right, I fight very square on. And I punch the same, I punch when I'm moving, you know what I mean? Like I don't stand and like touch. And then it'd be Marvin Hagler because we'd be a switch hitter as well. Like we do free southpaw, but we often would change to orthodox as well when I'm in there. Do you get me? Like often when I'm coming in off a jab, like we'd step over with me left, liver shots, all that sort of thing.
Yeah, he was one of the best at that as well for that weight.
An antichrist, man. An antichrist. And again, the two of them, like Tyson, obviously before all the madness, like they severe discipline. That's what gets me through. Not to veer off, but that's what gets me through a lot of the madness. Whether it be like my brother losing Paddy, fight and all that. It's just because we already have. See, that's probably what answers the question better than I said before. Is the discipline I have. We have that freak discipline. Like we don't eat a bar of chocolate. I don't drink a Lucozade. I don't. And not to say that you can't or whatever, but it's just my thing.
You don't.
We don't. We get up at 3 in the morning to run. We do all that because I don't want to do it.
Exactly.
And like Tyson say, you hate it, your discipline is doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it.
Exactly.
And that's where I got that thing from it. And Hagler always isolated himself, and I didn't always isolate myself. But see this camp now, another thing as well is like, so after Paddy's funeral, which was only 3 weeks ago, we turned around and I'm like, we only have 7 weeks. I'm always in shape. But I've only done 2 spars of 7 weeks of fucking, you know what I mean, need to pick this up quick, you know what I mean, there's no time to sit around and fucking and dwell on things, so the discipline I suppose,
Deadly,
keeps me going.
Best fight you've ever watched?
Live or just in general?
Either or.
My favourite...
Give me both if you want.
My favourite fight to watch, obviously it's one of them. I'll tell you what, I'll give you 2. One would be Mickey Ward, not how I got it, was just my favourite thing. Jimmy would always get me to watch that 3-4 times the day of a fight.
Right.
Because he always says you want to watch that because of the resilience they show, not because of the technique and the fucking this and that.
Yeah, it was
but
wild.
If you feel like that in there, you remember that these two kept going, and they didn't stop.
Yeah.
And he would say to me, "You watch that fight 3-4 times before you get in that fucking ring."
Yeah,
He'd say to me every morning. But I love, my favourite fight of mine is Mike Tyson and Donovan Ruddock. What's his name? Donovan Ruddock or Razor Ruddock, whatever his name is. Yeah, Donovan Razor Ruddock, number 2.
Right.
In '91, yeah. There was a sick out fight,
Must
man.
have to give that one a scan.
Sick fight. The highlights there that are even better. Like, big powerhouse.
There's a channel on the Dodgy Box, and it's like Mike Tyson fights or something like that 24/7.
Yeah.
You always be watching or stick them on, but I must look out for that one.
That's a fucking serious fight. Just now, because you've got the big fucking Ruddock, big boxer, and he was a fucking unit. He was 245 pounds, Tyson's 215.
Right, yeah.
How is he beating him? How is he stronger than him? How is he beating him with power? And this is Ruddock at his absolute best. After he fought Tyson, and then he went on to fight Lewis and all that, he was shot to bits. He was already gone. There's cunts that only have 2-3 walls in them, and then they just decline. You get me? Look, it's a fact of life. You know what I mean?
It's on the body that taxes
it.
it.
Yeah, it taxes it. But that's a sick fight. And if anyone else is out there watching that,
give it a bash.
Yeah, YouTube, yeah.
If you had the choice of someone to walk you out into a world title fight, who would it be? Singing it out.
50 Cent.
50 Cent.
Yeah, 50 Cent's my favourite. He's all on me.
Lethal.
On my arm now.
So you like that one when you walk Eubank out in the...
I was sick, couldn't believe it. I was sick now as well, because I was up for band at the time, but I don't like band anymore now. I've switched again, you know what I mean?
I think everybody was saying he done a snake when on Eddie here and all that. Even when I was sort of... I think when I seen that walk now, it was just up for Eubank the whole time, but he was shot in that fight, wasn't he?
He was shot to bits, and that again goes back to telling you a couple of wars, George Groves, fucking, what's his name, Ben the first time, Billy Joe, fucking, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, he didn't even have an easy fight before Ben the first time. He fought some fella in Saudi, he fought some fella, and like he stopped him. I don't know if he stopped him in the end or something like that, but he had a rough fight.
Yeah.
You get me? And then you couldn't wait down to that way. Like, I could probably make super middle and be just ripped to the bone.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I look fighting on my own weight. You know, we walk around about 88 kg and I cut to 79, so it's a bit of a cut, don't get me wrong. I am very, very lean at the weight, but I'm not lean as in, like, when I get to the point of like 10 rounds and you're dehydrated and you're getting a clock.
Yeah, you're going to go down.
You're going to go down or something. Your brain's dehydrated and you're not fueled. And, oh, this shit's dangerous, mate.
Yeah, so for that to happen to you, you'd be going down another 4 or 5 kilos, say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'd be dangerous.
Yeah, for what? To look better.
Yeah, no. You're trying to give yourself a physical advantage, but you're not really, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're actually doing more damage to yourself than that.
100%. And listen, we only spar lads. We very struggle to get spars to lads my weight, and we only spar lads mostly 90 plus.
Right, yeah.
And they can take the bang. But I've never been hurt in the spars with them or anything like that. But it's because, like my coach would say to me, it's because you're fueled, your brain is fresh. You get a clock. It's just you're able to absorb it, because your brain is fresh. You're not dehydrated, you know what I mean? Like, we don't even dehydrate for these foods. I think I don't drink a bit of water like the Friday before, and I sort of dry out. I should. That'd be about it. You know, take 500 million that day, bit of a sweat before you go to bed, wake up first thing in the morning, drive to the way, and boom, on the scale, boom, and it's done. Do you know what I mean? So the next day, man, I'm fucking
pretty fueled after the first hour.
About 5-6 kilo heavier than really be the next day, you know what I mean? So, but 50 Cent to be me, man. It would be the man to walk me. I'll be sick me up. I'd say I'm supposed to do it to me.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, that one. Oh, me mate Bano, who's a rapper. He's a sick out rapper. He's Irish, he is. Yeah. I was trying to get him over to do this one now, so still working on it. But he's a sick out rapper. He is. You know what I mean?
Do it.
Yeah, you would love him to do it now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
down the line, 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Be sick.
What's your go-to group? I know you said you're very disciplined, but straight after a fight, what's your go-to?
Bro,
it
takes me. Remember, it's freaky. It takes me about a week to calm down after a fight. The week after the fight,
you're still nearly in camp, you feel.
Yeah, and I'm fucking like, really stressed. Very stressed after the fight. You know what I mean? For some reason, I don't know why.
That's mad.
Yeah, I find it very hard to calm down. It takes me about a week to calm down. Right, I swear to God, and look, I won't touch on. Right, we mate like Steve Moyle, and he say this interview now, he'd be laughing and all, but he's from fucking Dungarvan. He'd be like, bro, will you get something into you? Like, you get a fan into you, or just do something, like, you know, get something else into you. And I just can't. And then after I like think a Domino's type thing,
something like
cookies, ice cream, that sort of thing. I was having a couple of days of a binge, and then that's it. Feel sweet again, and boom, straight back to it.
That's the thing about it, isn't it? You go mad and you feel like dirty, and after eating so clean for so long.
Yeah, because you know what, we like the club we eat, and I don't.
Not fussy.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm not fussy.
Like you're saying, you're really playing about. I had to be, but like, don't get me wrong now. I'm at the moment now and trying to fucking shed another 3 kilos, so as soon as I get out, I'll be getting a big dirty kebab or something.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. You have to do that sort of shit. Otherwise, you never like restart or something. You know what I mean? You need that little to feel shit for a bit.
To get going
again. To get going again.
I've often felt like that. I said that to people before. I nearly need to feel dirt and then say, like, get up off the fucking yoke, get back into it again, then just to get yourself going again. You know what I mean? A lot of people who say that as well. You know what I mean?
It's like a little reset. There's no harm in them sort of things. You know, we even do it. We'll be honest, we do it troop camp. We do it troop camp. So sometimes we 3 weeks out, we fucking, we'll be drained. Like say if I'm drained, like see the last camp, or not the last camp, the camp before that in February, I just done too much. And it was like 2 weeks out, and I felt burnt out, and I felt that feeling before I won the fight. It was like my 5th fight. I just fought 4 times in like fucking 12 weeks, and it was like 4 more weeks and I was fighting again. And I just went into the ring, and your man was named Slan Jan, and he had actually just fought Jose Benavides Jr. He'd only fought him a year before that, so we fought him in 25, he fought him in 24, and your man brought him 5 rounds. So I was like, right, this cunt's getting done before 5 rounds. That's a goal. Now I'd done him in 3, but I could have put me sleep. I sort of just made him quit. He was like, he quit on the steroids, you know what I mean? Like, he just took too much. But a lot of it was because, but it was shot in there. I was throwing punches, and you're throwing punches, and you're looking at your hand coming back.
That's
what the fuck's going on. So the next camp I had, I just went felt like that again. Just get a pizza and a few cookies and anything. Weigh yourself then 3-4 days later. Don't weigh yourself the day after, the next day or the day after. Weigh yourself the day after that, and I guarantee you'll be lighter.
You have to get back on it then.
You start the metabolism, you're lighter then. So.
Right, so lastly, the next fight, where it is, when it is, I know what it's for, we already mentioned that, so give everybody a shout, what are they on?
So the WBU World Title, a legit World Title, the exact same relevance as an WBO title, so a fringe level title to the main four, mostly linked with the WBC, and it's in Dusseldorf, Germany, in an Essen nightclub. So obviously of course, listen, anyone who wants to go, if you're a fan already and you've watched a few of my fights, or you're a fan of David's and the show and all that, and you want to go, so you can message me on Instagram. There's no issue at all. There's flights going over at cheapest tips at the minute, and all the support is always welcome. Loads of things coming, loads of things coming. And now I haven't fought in Ireland yet. The intention is there. There's a few things have stopped it. Obviously, like I've said in the interview, loads of madness, just fucking. It's hard to believe. You know, see when I'm explaining it to people, it's hard to believe.
Even when we sit there, let listen to that and saying, gee, how are you even?
And you know, when I'm talking about it, I'm half thinking, the cunt's gonna be like, did that really actually happen? How like, is that like, do you get me out of fuck, you know? But it's the truest guy down here. I'm leaving a lot over. I swear to God, I'm leaving a lot over as well. You know?
Save that for the
just want the fucking just that's it. You know what I mean? There's loads more coming. Once we get back to Ireland, this the end of this year, start of next year. But all the support in Ireland is always appreciated. And
a win, this belt will get you a ranking in WBC, won't it?
It should do. Get me a ranking in WBC. So then the goal is to fight for the WBC Continental, Intercontinental belt.